Episode 47 of the Digimon Adventure 2020 reboot is the calm before the storm, seeing as most of us know about the titles for episodes 48 to 51, or at least we have seen that shocking preview at the end of this week's episode. This week we get a focus on Taichi, and though I know one of the biggest criticisms of the new show is the focus on Taichi, I think this week it really works, and I suspect we'll see it really matter in future episodes. There is an amazing line here that I think might become a new mantra and guiding light for Taichi. Quote, "Turn every crisis into an opportunity." So welcome to the episode 47 video review / breakdown, where we'll be talking about everything in this episode, and in the second half of the video we'll talk about the episode 48 preview because it shows that things are really heating up. If you're new here, welcome. We are so close to hitting 10,000 subscribers, so please, if you enjoy the video, whether it's your first time watching or 10th time, please consider hitting subscribe as a personal favor to bring this channel to the next milestone. The villains of the Wasteland separates Taichi not just from his teammates but also from his partner Agumon for a significant amount of the episode. Agumon has definitely been a crutch for Taichi. Anytime things heat up, he can rely on a big dinosaur showing up to punch his enemies in the face, but not so much this week. I think that's really important for the character. It's the middle of the night, the team is mostly asleep, but Taichi and Agumon recognize Joe and Gomamon are missing. They head out to find them and discover through a friendly but mysterious Digimon, Nohemon, that the two were captured and each taken by feuding groups, neither of who take kindly to strangers in their oasis. Taichi goes after Joe while Agumon goes after Gomamon. Nohemon stops Taichi though and says what we're all thinking. Basically, you can't sniff out your friend like Agumon and you can't fight, so what is it you intend to do? At this point, he offers to accompany Taichi, and we, arguably for the first time in the series, see Taichi with a one-on-one mentor figure. There is no Genai / Genai in this series. There's Lopmon and there was Leomon for a minute, but they've mostly been teaching us about history. So the fact here Nohemon teaches Taichi about survival and archery is kind of great. The two also start throwing this expression back and forth, turn every crisis into an opportunity. We see via flashback Nohemon's little well transforming into this very 2020 electric water fountain, and I was glad to be reminded of this plot point where human objects keep appearing in the digital world. I'm confident this setup will be paid off, and my hope is that there is some kind of bleeding effect where the main villain is kind of stealing from the human world and maybe that the worlds collide or something. But back to the episode, Taichi and Nohemon find Joe but are quickly spotted. Nohemon needs to make a shot, but his arm has this long-term damage from the last time he faced these same enemies. Taichi asks to be trained in using the bow so that he can make the shot, and he does just that. He shoots an arrow at a big water barrel that causes a flood, and Tai jumps right into the water to save Joe. The trio runs away, and around the same time we find out Agumon's Gomamon rescue mission was a success. My favorite part of the whole side of Agumon's story was hands down this scene of him just kind of casually walking past the guards, humming a song like nothing matters. It was just so incredible, so funny. There's a battle with both captors brawling with the kids and with each other. It's nothing too intense or anything. We only need champion level Digimon like Greymon and Ikakumon, but it serves as a little bow on top of Nohemon's one episode story arc that makes this fight satisfying. Nohemon needs to make the final shot, but his arm is shaking and it's trembling. It just doesn't have the strength it needs after sustaining that injury from the past. Taichi grabs Nohemon's arm, providing him with the support he needs. Obviously this isn't Shakespeare and it's not award-winning storytelling, but for a kid show it's good to see courage and leadership manifesting in different forms. It's not that the main character needs to fire every shot or get every evolution. Sometimes Taichi can play the support role if that's what's needed. After the battle, we wrap up the episode with our chosen children of the week, Joe and Tai, reuniting with Commandamon and the others and sailing off for what comes next, which we know exactly what comes next based on the preview and the episode description. Now, Mugendramon or Machinedramon is back. I am utterly fascinated to see how and why he's back. Was Sephirothmon's quest to create the perfect Digimon body resulting in Mugendramon, not Chimeramon after all? The show can play fast and loose with the existing lore, so maybe it's possible. If that's the case though, I still think we will see that Chimeramon form at some point. Last week we had the data of Kabuterimon, Greymon, and Garurumon all absorbed by Sephirothmon, and those are key ingredients in Chimeramon. But yeah, we see in the preview the team getting absolutely annihilated by Mugendramon, and then we learn a shocking turn of events ensues, which is sounding a lot like Taichi and Agumon making some kind of sacrifice. I will be curious to hear this show's explanation for why Agumon turned into Mugendramon back in episode 24. Like, is anyone gonna say, hey wait, that's the Digimon Agumon became for a minute? Maybe Patamon or Yamato. We got the Burning Red version with no cannons, but this Mugendramon looks like the classic Dark Master style Mugendramon. Maybe we'll have to fight fire with fire, and we'll have a Mugendramon versus Mugendramon kaiju battle with Agumon returning to that form. Like, maybe it's a necessary evil to defeat this thing. I'm definitely going into speculation town right now, so I'll stop here and ask what you think. Let me know know in the comments what you think is going to happen. Mainly, I want to know if and how they'll address that Agumon once took on this Mugendramon form, and I'd love to know what you think about if Chimeramon is going to be a thing. Is Mugendramon appearing Sephirothmon's doing or unrelated? But anyways, that'll be all for me this week. Start the countdown for this next mini arc, episodes 48 to 51. It's going to be an absolutely wild ride, and all things considered, I enjoyed this quiet calm before the storm of episode 47, but that's assuming the show finds a way to let the lessons learned this week carry over. I would love to hear Taichi say, quote, turn every crisis into an opportunity later in the series, maybe even next week before sacrificing himself against Mugendramon, or maybe repeating that line if/when he gets separated from the team after the events of the battle. Alright everyone, thanks as always for watching. If you made it this far and you have not done so already, please consider subscribing to help the channel hit that 10K subscriber count this week. Let me know what you thought about the episode and the 48 preview, and I'll see you in the next video.